Thank you, everyone, for joining us in a new episode of Channel Orange. I'm your host, LK the God, the DD, the Mogul. I am here with my confidant to my left, Puffco Poppy. What are we puffing on today?
What it do? I haven't puffed on anything today. Actually, again, I'm not really smoking till the evening.
What will we be puffing on today?
What will we be puffing on? I got some 2 gram jars from Beazle. Shout out to Beazle, Amber, and the team, and Beazle brands.
Big baller jar head, isn't he?
Yeah, got to get the 2 Gs. We got the soap, and which has been my daytime go-to.
Soap is
nice
good.
hybrid. Yeah, I love the soap. It's such a unique flavor. It's almost like buttery, kind of like I love it.
You got that in a baller jar?
It's not a baller jar. It's like 2 gram jar.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, damn. He's
I like
straight.
the bulk though. Yeah, I like having the option of getting 2 gram jars. Somebody doing as many dabs as if I'm doing that.
sure.
I'm trying to get the bulk. And the Trop Cherries has been my nighttime John. It's a hybrid, but for some reason the Trop Cherry puts me straight to sleep. So that's my nightcap at the end of the night while I'm watching the playoffs, whatever the West Coast game is. About halftime, I'm firing up that Trop Cherries and hopefully not watching my team get packed up.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the playoffs and the Lakers and the Clippers being out. Nobody got to stay up till 1 a.m. to watch our games. Like, bro, it was a bit much to be up at 10 and you gotta go to sleep at you going to sleep at 1 a.m. just finishing a basketball game. It's crazy.
Especially if your team lose, you stay up all that time. That's what these Thunder games are killing me, bro. I'm tired as a mug. I'm staying up extra late. Like, come on. Then we lose the game. Like, damn, bro, I could have got this sleep. Watch the highlights of this.
So, speaking on the Thunder, I wrote it down that we have to talk about a new category that I want to bring to the pod today. I call it the Funny in the Light All-Stars. Now, you might be asking out there, what does he mean by Funny in the Light All-Stars? Hook, what do you mean? I'm talking about the players that who are promising, look promising, but when it's time for them to show such promise, they don't show it. Meaning they're funny in the lights. When the lights are brightest, they become dim. Like when you saw Rudy Gobert in a press conference talking about, oh, the lights are a little bright. Can you turn the lights down? Ah, you're fucked up. So it's funny that you mentioned OKC because one of the people I've been texting you about is 88 overall in 2K, Jalen Williams. And he's probably scored 20 points in this whole series.
He's done a little better than that, but yeah, he's struggling.
30
He's definitely
points.
struggling. I think one of the things that people don't realize about Jalen Williams is he's an excellent defender. So some of those rating points are going to come from the fact that he can defend 1 through 4. He's like guarding legit ass power forwards for some reason, just because he's athletic and strong. But his offense has not been there, and Shea needs more help.
He needs help.
Yes, he's been struggling to find someone else to be able to drop 25.
And if I see Lugens Dort shoot another goddamn airball 3, I'm going to lose my mind.
I love Dort, but I don't love him shooting that much. I mean, he's capable of knocking down an open 3, but, I want those shots coming from better shooters.
How do you feel about them taking Giddey out of the starting lineup and starting Joe?
It was a long time coming. I don't know why it took them so long because Giddey's minutes were getting cut game to game till he was only playing like 10 minutes a game. To the point anyway. So you're only starting in name only because in every clutch time moment, they're going to play Wiggins or Cason Wallace or Isaiah Joe. So like those are all players that are better than Josh Giddey that fit better in the starting lineup than Josh Giddey. I like Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey can play, but as people are stating, like he's good with the ball in his hands as a passer and distributor. We don't want the ball in his hands right now. Like we want the ball in Shea's hands. We want the ball in someone's hands who can make an open jump shot consistently. Because he's getting ignored by defenses. They're just pretending Josh Giddey is not out there and just playing 4-on-5. And he has been able to knock down some shots, but yeah, if they treating you like that, you're not playable in the postseason. Who has looked really good. Cason Wallace has looked great.
He's a dog.
Isaiah Joe is what he is. I don't think he's
a starter. For real.
He's just one of the best sharpshooters in the league.
Yeah.
So if you need spacing, the opposite of Josh Giddey, Isaiah Joe, I think that's why he got the start. So Josh Giddey can't make you pay for that. Isaiah Joe will make you pay for that.
Yeah.
But again, he's really just a specialist as a spot-up shooter. He doesn't do too much outside of that offensively of open shots. So, yeah, it's Dub. Dub is the secondary. J-Dub's the secondary shot creator. He's the one that needs to step up as the number 2 offensive option.
Let me ask you this. is it more on Chet or Dub to produce more?
Offensively,
Yeah.
J-Dub, but Chet can give you offense.
Chet
but
is really gifted.
Defense. Chet's there to put a lid on the rim and to be a connective piece on offense. So I feel like Chet is more of the third option on offense who gets it when it in the flow of the offense. Chet has always been like that, even in college. Like, he's not one who's going to force up shots. He's just going to get it as naturally as it gets. He'll shoot when he's open.
In
He'll
my
drive.
opinion, they need to use Chet more.
I think he
has
just needs
a
to get
lot
stronger.
of
I think he needs to
utility.
get stronger. He had like 3 rebounds this whole game. We were getting murdered on the boards in this game, which is my fear, which is why I wanted us to get Daniel Gafford at the trade deadline, but Dallas got Gafford, and now look what's happening, bro.
Y'all backup big is the other J-Dub, right?
Yes, Jalen Williams, yeah, and he's
And
really
he's a
a
shooter.
power forward. Yeah, like,
He's a
he's
shooter.
not even a real center either. So it's like we don't have a backup center, and our starting center is like
size.
150 pounds. So
So if y'all were to get put out, y'all definitely, I can see y'all forecasting. I'm forecasting y'all to get another big and some more straps on the perimeter.
draft Donovan Clingan is a possibility. I'm all on the look, man. Go to Phoenix, see what they want for KD. We have like 20 first-round picks. We have young, promising players. You can have Giddey. You can have just maybe Wiggins. I like Wiggins. I want to keep Wiggins. But you can have a few of the nice young players. but-
That's one of the things that drives me fucking crazy. Like teams that I like, not the Wizards or the Pistons, who are just straight up and down. We both Spurs, who we all agree that they're tanking, but the teams that are like 1 or 2 pieces away, but they just hoarding a whole bunch of fucking picks. I'm like, bro, if you don't dump them fucking picks and get your team better and get some more asses in the seats, because that's what the city needs for your fan base, nigga. They need shit to happen, not necessarily a championship. Everybody wants a championship, but people, fans of your team, want to see that you're trying. And hoarding fucking first round picks when you ain't going to draft, fucking next 2 drafts ain't really got nobody in the motherfucker anyway. Why are you hoarding picks? Make your team better. Get asses in the seats. What do you think?
No, I'm with you. Like I said, the Thunder are at that point now. We have more first-round draft picks than roster spots available on our team.
Thunder have done a masterful job with all their haul of picks, and they had 3 MVPs. So imagine how many first-round picks you get for that.
And I really wanted us to do the upgrade at the deadline this year, but we didn't do shit but get Gordon Hayward because it looks like they wanted to see how far this young
Why
team could
in
get.
God's name would you get Gordon Hayward? He
He
doesn't even get any burn right now.
Yeah, he's cooked. He's not playable right now. He's out the rotation.
And why does every white player in Boston look like Gordon Hayward?
Because Boston, man, they love their whole bench is white guys. But
Sam Hauser, Luke Cornett, all
Yeah,
of them look
they
like,
just like
fucking
Peyton
Gordon
Pritchard.
Hayward. Peyton Pritchard. They all look like Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, but for the Thunder, it's time. It's time to cash in those picks. I understand the logic. This is the second youngest team in the NBA. They want to see go as far as they can so they know what to target. So they know what they need to add. They didn't want to just add willy-nilly just to add.
Mikal Bridges.
Bridges would be an upgrade over Lou Dort for sure.
Well, yeah. So, help. Help score. Shoot
Dort's,
that ball.
but Dort's one of the best defenders in the league. I wouldn't let go of Dort. Dort's probably the 4th best player.
Oh, no. We're not letting go of Dort.
Yeah, he's
He best straps in the league right now. No.
we got
Can't get
Luka
rid of
in
him.
the torture chamber right now.
No.
But it's time. It's time to go see how many first round picks it's going to cost for KD. And if they don't want to let KD go, I'm calling the Pelicans. What about Brandon Ingram? What about Zion? What about,
Brandon Ingram is another person on the Funny and the Light All-Stars for his performance in this playoffs, but he was in the torture chamber, I get it, but Jesus Christ. Brandon Ingram, you dried up a little bit for
the
me.
price went down. So good. Yeah, we'll pick that up. He can run the 4 for us, like I said. But it really is size. Like I said, I wouldn't be mad with Donovan Clingan, something like that. Clint Capella might become available depending on what goes on with the Hawks or Okongwu, depending on if they want to do Alex Sarr.
So you don't plan on Clint Capella starting? Or you want to run double bigs?
You could run double bigs. Check and play the 4.
Has he played the 4 before?
He can in college with whatchamacallit. What's the big mustache son of Gonzaga was up there.
He still plays. Shit, I forgot that nigga name. He looked like a sheriff.
Yeah.
Head ass nigga. Damn.
Yeah, so it's just like he could play the 4. Like it might be better for him, almost like how Wemby plays the 4 for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They like to have a center. They have Zach Collins. They have other people there to get all those rebounds.
I put Wemby at the 4 all the time. It's a little overkill, but
Yeah.
Wemby playing beside Andre Drummond is hilarious.
That's why I wanted Gafford. I thought Gafford would have been the perfect piece for OKC this year, and the Mavericks beat us to it. Now they got two bigs to get rebounds.
It ain't like back in the day where the 4 was like Zach Randolph and motherfucking the other David West. These slew-footed, big-ass slow fours. No, these
stretch fours.
Yeah, these is fast, skilled fours that can shoot the 3, handle the ball like Chet. So you could put them at the 4 and still keep up with everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, and Chet just doesn't have the strength to keep up on the boards right now. We're getting murdered on rebounds right now. Dallas is just a really good defensive team too. So young players they haven't figured it out. Kyrie's playing some phenomenal defense this series. Like just the whole team. Jason Kidd's always known for great defensive teams. So very good job. Got to give props to Dallas. Like I said, Dallas is also a young team too that people kind of forget. Even though they have vets like Kyrie that I feel like is what's going to take them over the top in this series.
So I think what's wrong with this team, because I'll be watching the motherfucker OKC. I'm trying to figure out this team, and I kept noticing every time they would start a set, you know what I'm saying? They would start. The ball touched Jalen's hands. He gives it up. Then he's over here somewhere. Keep rotating, because, they trying to find the shot. You keep drive kick, start up top,
they're
drive
very
kick.
unselfish team. They move the ball a lot.
But every time he would touch the ball, he's not trying to score. He keep trying to play make. I'm like, bruh, you gotta be the one to score because this ball is gonna keep moving. And I think they did get a shot clock violation last game. So I'm like, bruh, this offense can move a whole lot better if he becomes more aggressive and Chet becomes more aggressive. Because Shea needs some goddamn help.
Yeah, like I said, that's what it is, man. Like I said, so we'll see, man. They're still a 24-year-old team by average, so I mean, it's not like the window's going to close on this team, but I don't know.
No, you're good. Oh, the 3-time MVP just lost by 40 last night. How we feel?
I feel vindicated for saying that Jokic needs more help. Not that his team is bad, not that but almost like in the Pokemon metagame, there's been a power creep that is happening in the Western Conference. Like the teams in the West have just gotten better. It's not about Denver being bad or they got worse. I don't think they got worse. They pretty much kept their same roster, but Minnesota got better, OKC got better, and Dallas got better. Like those teams got substantially better in the last year, especially Dallas at the deadline. Like I said, they went to work at the deadline getting PJ and Gafford. So it's just like other teams just got better. That's all it is. So it's time for Denver to get better. They're staying pat. They're this homegrown team that's all about chemistry and all this, but eventually, and I love Jamal Murray, you're going to need a legitimate superstar next to Jokic.
Another funny in the light all-star, Jamal Murray.
He's never been an all-star. He's like, I need to remind people of that, where it's like Jokic has this great team. He's never played with an all-star or all-NBA player in their prime. DeAndre Jordan's on the team, but he's washed now. That doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't within 7 years of him being in his prime. So
I saw that nigga miss like 3 layups last night.
DeAndre Jordan. So it's just like, you can't tell me that Jokic just has help when the best player he's ever played with is Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray, who is great against the Lakers and in the bubble and in a lot of clutch moments, but like he's not every game he is not pulling up.
Last night.
Yeah, he's not pulling up a superstar level every game, and a lot of that is off of the pick and roll with Joker. How good is Jamal Murray without that pick and roll with Joker? He's still really good. He's still a top scoring guard, but like, let's get this man a legitimate current all-star for the first time in his career. Can we do that? Can we do that, Denver? I love Aaron Gordon. I love KCP. Those are great, great role players, like highest of end role players. But they're role players. Michael Porter Jr. is fraudulent. That man is a fraud. That man is... Get him off my team. He's been benched a couple times in this series that I've seen for defensive effort. Christian Brown was playing.
I say Jamal Murray is more fraudulent than Michael Porter.
Michael Porter is he's Otto Porter wearing a Scooby-Doo mask. Nah, man. I'm over Michael Porter. He has all of that talent, but all he can do is spot up and shoot. He has no bag. He can't put the ball on his floor. He can't create for himself. He is completely dependent on Joker getting him wide open ass shots that sometimes are just horrendous bricks. When he's streaky, when he's hitting, he can give you 20. He give you, some good, but like defensively.
He is just a big ass Duncan
shooter.
Robinson.
Yeah, it's like you have all. Why?
Not
why
even
don't you do
Duncan
more?
Robinson. Because Duncan Robinson get his points off to not even pick and roll.
Theoretically, you look at all the talent on that team.
stuff.
It's like that should be the guy when Jamal Murray is struggling that can do something, but he can't.
No,
he's
just a shooter. Just a shooter.
So it's time.
You're right. It might be because it's been a couple years. He's been injured for a couple years. He's had a couple Yeah.
Jamal Murray's also injury prone too. He gets banged up a lot. It's time to get another star up in there. I'm saying.
Might.
Don't want to disrupt too much. Maybe it doesn't have to be a Paul George or a super duper star, but you need another bucket getter and creator. So when Jokic is not in the game, somebody else can create offense.
You know what? I guess that kind of makes sense to the, Jokic getting MVP because it's really all him. He's really heliocentric
you take him off
to
that
this
team.
whole thing.
That's a playing team. Maybe.
It's over for this whole team if he's not on the team. So, yeah, Jamal Murray, 10 points in a goddamn closeout game.
And I have to push back. Who's had the better teammates over their career, Joker or Embiid? Yes, I know Tobias Harris is J. Cole in a Scooby-Doo mask, but outside of that.
Well, since Joker's kind of been in the league for a little minute now.
Embiid is 30. He's also been in the league for a minute. Embiid has had several all-star teammates. He had Ben Simmons before he was a bum and his back blew out and fucking Trae Young ended his career. So we can put an asterisk next to Ben Simmons, but that is when he was good. He was an all-star and considered an elite player.
That sounds crazy because Embiid played with a whole bunch of niggas who washed up.
Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
He played with Jimmy Butler. He played with James Harden.
Okay.
Now he's playing with Tyrese Maxey. He had James Harden and Tyrese Maxey at the same time.
At the same time, yeah. Okay, you're right. He did have better. Yeah, you're right.
All those players I mentioned have been all-stars multiple times.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Jamal Murray is what that's all. That's it. There ain't even nobody even close to Jamal Murray. This nigga was rocking with Will Barton before that.
Nigga, I was about to say that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
he was out there with Will Barton and Gary Harris, bum ass, for the longest time. And Will Barton was never healthy. Gary Harris was never healthy.
He got all of them paid. And
yes.
All of them got paid at their next contract because of that. Damn. Monty Morris. All those people, yeah.
Don't do that to Monty Morris, man. I like Monty Morris. He's good. He ain't do shit yesterday, though. But, yeah, man. Shouts to Anthony Edwards, man. I think he's ready.
Oh, yeah. No, he's crazy. That's about to be the face of the league, man.
That guy's ready, man.
He's so good, man. Like, he's impressed me so much with how far he's come with his playmaking, his defense, just all of that. Like, nah, man, that he different. He's 22. Woo, when that boy 25, oh, my God.
And they already talking about, I heard rumors about Darius Garland.
Yeah, they're trying to break up that backcourt. Well, the rumor all year is that Donovan Mitchell didn't want to be there.
Expensive and old, so fuck it.
You think Garland to Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm with it. Look, all you gotta do is play, make, facilitate, hit the three, bro. Because you ain't no goddamn scorer. I saw that nigga closeout game in Cleveland. I'm like, bruh, this nigga can't score for some reason.
Yeah, he just keeps passing out of the paint. It's like he's not even looking to score. Garland
right, bro.
He drives into the paint and then just looks to kick.
Because, he do his little herky-jerky. I'm like, you catching niggas, but why you not trying to finish? Yeah. You do all that work and then just pass it? Like, bro, come on, man. Like, bro, like.
Yeah, Cleveland's a weird team. They have a lot of talent, but it doesn't seem like something. Seems like just something's off. The whole rumor the whole year is Donovan Mitchell never wanted to be there and was waiting for the first opportunity to leave, but
he was trying. Everybody thought he was going to go to New York. He's supposed to be in New York right now.
Well, I don't even need his ass now. New York just need a big, somebody to replace Julius Randle, and that'd be good.
That would be Embiid.
If you can get Embiid up there, like I said, that's risky. You're gonna hope this man stays healthy for the first time in his career.
No, but
which is another thing. Like, I need the Embiid people to live in reality and acknowledge they're just like, well, Embiid's better. Like, does durability not count? Is that not count at all anymore? Does that not factor in?
Better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he going to get healthier now with all these injuries in his 30s?
He's already 30, so he ain't going to get better.
That's what I'm saying. Is he supposed to get healthier
right now?
He's never finished 70 games in a season. Ever.
And hey, this nigga already 30 and his eye twitching.
He's never made it to the postseason healthy his entire career. Like, what are we talking about? That next year it'll be all Embiid needs is more help. I hear that every year. He needs more help. If we just get him more help, he's not even healthy when the shit counts, bro. And then it's like, well, it doesn't count because he was hurt. That means none of these years count. His whole goddamn career don't count because he's been hurt his whole career.
To be fair, if I was going to shoot Embiid some bail, Tobias Harris is trash.
Well, yes, he is. And I said, I already called that man J. Cole in a Scooby-Doo mask. Like, I don't know what else I need to say. But I will say, JJ Redick brought this up, former teammate of Joel Embiid. His style does not involve his teammates very much. Like,
it doesn't.
Yeah, like if you're watching him take 40 shots and pump fake and 20 free throws on the elbow, what the fuck are you going to do other than stand in the corner? Like, he does not maximize his teammates.
That pick and roll with Jalen Brunson and Embiid, though.
Woo. It would be sick. Just like the pick and roll with Embiid and Maxey is sick. Like, I'm just saying. That'll be 25 games of greatness before that man's hurt. Like, good 45 games of excellence.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that. With Tibbs? Oh, fuck no.
Yeah,
oh, fuck no.
Tibbs
no.
Embiid played 47 minutes last night.
This nigga kneecap's going to fall off in the middle of half court.
That shit's going to look like fucking braised fucking barbecue.
That nigga Kevin Harlan will be like, I see something in the middle of the court. Oh, it's Joel Embiid's kneecap. Thanks a lot, Tibbs. You did it again.
Yeah, ain't no way. He ain't surviving no Tibbs. He can't, like I said. Look, man, Embiid is one of the most talented, generationally talented and gifted big men we've ever seen. But that does not absolve him from the fact that he is never healthy. This man is a crybaby. Fucking, he has a mixtape compilation trying to end the Knicks' career for a whole series. He's a dirty player. He's a crybaby. And like, I can't get over it, bro. All the flopping. He's on the ground every 2 plays.
But what if he comes to OKC?
I don't even want to do that because it would cost too much to hope that man would be healthy. And I don't want to see him take 45 shots.
I'd like to see it.
I thought about it. They got enough draft capital if they wanted, but like I'm not giving up.
They can make any move they want.
That's too risky, man. They don't need to do that. 30-year-old Embiid.
I mean, it looks freaky, but we see the double bigs working with Pauls. We see the Jesus Christ in heaven. We see the 2 center lineup working with Minnesota. So it can be done.
Yeah, but one of those centers doesn't do anything offensively and the other one doesn't do anything defensively. So like there's a balance.
Gobert had like 20 points last night.
Yeah, I mean like lobs in a blowout, but like Gobert is not the one you're looking for buckets.
And he made 3 threes last night. Rudy Gobert made 3 threes last night.
I mean,
I was joking. He didn't make
any.
I was
about to say.
He didn't make any threes.
Sounds crazy, but
Rudy Gobert made 7 threes last night.
I don't think he's made a 3 in his NBA career, but I think he shot one in preseason once. But
do you think Jokic is better than Shaq at his peak?
Ooh, that's a harder one. I don't know about all that. Well, better as a player. It's almost like the LeBron Jordan thing. Like, is LeBron a better overall player? Can he do more things better? Yeah, but Shaq could protect the rim. So basically, you're giving up rim protection for playmaking.
Assists.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you value
more? Which one
more?
do you want more?
Yeah, so it's like...
I'd want a traditional fucking center who could protect the rim instead of Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic's not protecting the rim like that. He'll play good positional defense and be on the right spots and shit, but if somebody actually gets to the rim, he's just giving up the 2 and just going to call it, live to fight another day. Ain't nobody trying to yam on Shaq.
Everybody wants to see the Embiid versus Jokic lineup because Jokic ain't never had to deal with a skilled big before. Where you have to check this nigga. Oh, you can't put Aaron Gordon on, nigga. It has to be you. What are you going to do with a nigga who's just as good as you at what you do? You know what I'm saying? When it really counts.
That's the thing. Nobody can guard Embiid one-on-one. Like, I don't give a fuck who it is. Like, nobody can guard that man on that elbow one-on-one.
Then we got to see it. We got to see it happen. The 2 niggas
but also,
do it.
It's a team game. Joel can score 70, but, like, if his teammates are just standing around watching him, like, he's going to need more points than that to win the game. You know what I'm saying?
One of y'all niggas on fire.
Yeah, and like JJ Redick was saying, like, Joel used to be somebody who would do a hard pick and roll to the rim. Now everything's about that elbow. Everything's about him stopping there, pump faking, doing his finesse.
He's incredibly injured. So he ain't all that shit he used to do back in the day. It's probably not going to happen no more. He's 30 years old already. And he has bad legs, and he has cerebral palsy.
You're making my point that it's just like this man's health is so sketchy that I don't believe in it anymore. What are we? We're like a decade into this almost. Like I've seen enough to be like I don't believe that he can stay healthy. It's not a fault of him. I'm not saying that like it's his fault that his body's breaking down. It could be, work ethic and diet stuff. I don't know. But, like, it could just be health. It could just be shit outside of his control and his big-ass body is breaking down. But, like, we can't pretend like that's not a factor when we're picking these players. Like, I would like the player that's available that I know is going to finish the season and be clutch in the playoffs and not hope this man can play 60 games and maybe be healthy in the playoffs when it's never fucking happened.
It's never going to happen. Yeah, you're right.
So that's the thing. Call me an Embiid hater if you want, but I don't like dirty players. I don't need a nigga who's generationally talented acting like he's Patrick Beverly out there because he's having a tantrum. Or Draymond Green doing MMA, kung fu kicking people, fucking on the ground, kicking his feet, stomping at the refs and shit. Like, come on, you're a grown-ass man. Just hoop. One of the reasons, why you like Jokic just hoops. They lost by like 87 points last night. He didn't say shit. He's coming back for game 7. He's just going to hoop. He's not out here blaming his teammates. He's not here crying, talking about they didn't give me the calls. And they're trying to, like, he wasn't out there doing flagrants, almost getting suspended.
That nigga Jokic went home and bought 7 horses.
Yeah, like, bro, just hoop. I just like hoopers who just hoop and don't be on all the extra shit, bro. So, yes, call me an Embiid hater and just glaze him off some more while you're at it.
Yeah, that nigga Jokic needs some help because that Jamal Murray. Hey, I feel sorry for people who put him on his parlay. Like, Jesus. Y'all put money on Jamal Murray, you're crazy.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's been
I'd never do that.
Horrible this postseason.
All right. Is that all the NBA?
All
the NBA things.
Yeah, we talked about the only thing that's relevant because the East is a cakewalk for the Celtics. Everyone got hurt and cleared the path for them. They had literally the easiest path to the finals we've ever seen in the East. It's not even entertaining. I don't even care about the games out there because whoever wins the series is going to get waxed by the Celtics because neither one of these teams is healthy. And the Pacers are not that good, as we've seen all year. The Pacers have one of the worst defenses in basketball. And they can score a lot of points, but they also will give up more points than they score.
Knicks Celtics.
Yeah, the Knicks have like 7 healthy players left, so that Tibbs is willing to play. It's just hilarious to me that a man can hate his bench so much. My man would rather play Josh Hart 52 minutes in an overtime game than let Precious Achiuwa see a minute on the floor. And that is so fucking funny to me that man just has no faith. His bench is it's healthy niggas just there waiting to play. And he's just like, nope, you guys suck. I need my starters to play the entire game.
Nigga, I forgot they even got Alec Burks.
Yeah, he was jacking shots. I was like, oh shit, Alec Burks.
Shit, they did get
I forgot they got him back.
And Bogdanovich at a trade deadline, but not using neither one of them.
Yeah, when Burks was in that joint jacking shots, I was like, damn, I forgot this nigga was here. They got all types of play. Precious Achiuwa lost his shoe and shit. I was like, I forgot this nigga was on the team, bro.
He doesn't even know how to play basketball anymore. That's how long he hasn't played.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga's shoes falling off. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know. But yeah, it's pretty I still think the Celtics are a little fraudulent. I would have believed in them if they had Porzingis, but without Porzingis, they looking a little fraudulent. Jason Tatum is a 6'10" Bradley Beal. I'm gonna keep saying that.
Don't do that.
Look at his game. Look at how that man plays.
Don't do that.
Bradley Beal was 6'10" and a great athlete. He'd be Jason Tatum.
He's more skilled than Bradley Beal, for sure. I ain't ever seen Jason Tatum dribble a ball off his foot in a clutch moment. I haven't seen that.
I've seen some brick step back threes. That man.
Oh no, I've seen that. I haven't seen
Steph Curry and stuff at crunch time.
I haven't seen a $50 million player dribble a ball off his foot before, like so many times as Bradley Beal has in Washington. It's been crazy.
Don't forget Phoenix now, because that last game was woo boy. My man laid a hot steamy dump that last playoff game. God damn. I said that was the Bradley Beal special. Everything Wizards fans hated, they saw the greatest hits. Poor defense, getting sunned at the rim, getting swatted at the rim, not being athletic enough to separate from guys.
All the Wizards fans like, see what I mean? Yeah, see what I mean?
Fucking dribbling the ball off his foot in crunch time, like everything. Yep, Wizards fans felt.
Well, that's what they get for that 2K ass trade, getting that nigga not even worried about perimeter defense or point guards.
You
like,
could tell the owner made that trade. There's an owner trade, and then it came back like the owner made that trade.
That's some 2K
Not one basketball
shit.
person would be like, this is a good idea. Let's have Devin Booker or Bradley Beal be your point guard all year. It's like, yeah, like Devin Booker can play point guard, but do you want him to be your point guard? Like, no. You don't want the guy who can score 70 points to like be focused on that? Like scoring points? Like Booker is a great playmaker. I think he's fine and a serviceable point guard, but you don't want an actual point guard? And then you have 2 point guards, and you know what I'm saying? Kind of like the OKC thing where you just have Shea's not a real point guard, but he can operate as the point guard. Like, I think you should do that with Booker, but that's why we have Giddey. Giddey was kind of like your traditional point guard, and Shea was your, off ball, but also can be the point guard. Like, there's no point guard in the fucking Suns, bro. Like, they should have traded for Tyus Jones or somebody, like, but they just decided to die with Bradley Beal and Booker in your backcourt.
And Grayson Allen.
Played really well this year. I hate Grayson Allen because he's dirty, but great shooter. He had some monster splits. Got a nice contract extension. So
he's not even straps.
Fuck no, he's not straps.
So y'all out there with no straps. Like,
they just thought they were gonna outscore everybody. Yeah, and their whole thing is like, we're gonna outscore everyone. It's just like, no, you're not. You ran into the best defense in the NBA and they clamped that shit. Clamped that shit all the way up.
That's fucked up. All right, so moving on. You have finished watching a show that I have recommended, and I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I do recommend amazing shows all the time, every time, all the time. So, you just finished watching Fallout.
I did finish Fallout.
How do you feel?
Person who has never played a Fallout game, but am familiar with the games. I have some friends that are real deep into Fallout that love it. Yes. So I know a little bit about Fallout, but for the most part, I'm coming in brand new as a person not very familiar with the games. So I thought it was good. I thought it was a very, very solid TV show. I was entertained pretty much throughout. As we talked about off air, there's just one character that I absolutely loathed, which is my man. I don't know the actor's name, but he looked like a store brand Jonathan Majors. I call him Jonathan Miners, but he is annoying. I don't know if he was written to be like that. Is he supposed to be unlikable, or was that intentional?
How was he annoying to you?
All the decisions he made were frustrating, and his voice and his demeanor, and I don't know, just everything about that character's arc.
Decisions such as what?
Decisions such as branding the bully that you didn't like, and then immediately telling him that you're not the guy that he thinks you are. Or, a lot of the decisions with the suit, leaving the suit places, letting it, like, doing a bunch of dumb shit. Like, just every decision that man made was frustrating, and it just felt like, why are we doing this? I wish we were just following Cindy and the Ghoul or whatever. Like, I don't want to follow this guy. I guess we're trying to fill out all the world and the Brotherhood of Steel and all that stuff, but it's just like, can we get a different Brotherhood of Steel guy? Like, I'm not feeling this story.
Titus,
yes.
Yeah, Titus. Yeah, so it would have made, because his character was confusing, because my first time, I watched it twice, I'm sorry, I like the show. So the first time I watched it, I'm like, I can't decide whether or not he's bad, because it really, when you start watching a show and the main character, I feel like you have to decide very early, is this a good character, bad character, or anti-hero, right? So you watch a show like Breaking Bad. Okay, we know this nigga is an anti-hero. He's not a good guy, but he's not necessarily a bad guy. Or Sopranos, Tony Soprano. He's not necessarily a good guy, but he's not necessarily a bad guy, right? So it was confusing with Titus because early on, where you see with the shorty who, she's basically about to get the suit.
Yeah, and she was cut up or whatever. You don't know whether he did it or...
And he left it ambiguous to the point where you think he did it, but she did it to herself.
Yeah, they revealed later that he didn't even do it. So it's just like, I would have been more interesting if he did do it.
So I was like, this whole time, I'm like, okay, this sets his universe as everybody's kind of like evil. Yeah. And I would get that.
Yeah, I thought it would have been a better decision to be like, he's morally gray. Like,
so this kind of makes it like, I don't know, because that made the whole interaction with him and Cuz, who replaced him as his sidekick or whatever, it made his relationship with him. I'm like, bruh, you do know that he bullied you. Now you think y'all going to be cool after this situation? And then you saw how it goes. So, yeah, it was moldy. And the thing, I might sound like a jerk for saying this, but I was not fucking with the nigga when Shawty just asked him, like, yo, you trying to, yeah. He was like, what? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, like, bro,
I'm a knight. I can't do it. I'm like, nigga, you're not
even a knight, bro.
You're not a knight.
Like,
You got it by default.
You're fucking lying. Like, you just made that shit up, bro. You just stole a dead man's suit, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Man.
Yeah. I think it would have been more interesting if they played him as like morally gray and not just a dumbass.
Well, he was part of the big three of the show. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it should have been a big two. Like, I just did
They had to show the three, you know, so they can converge, man.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on,
like,
man.
I get it, but it's just like, I just don't think it was well executed because we don't even really know his motivations too. He talked about, he joined the Brotherhood to hurt the people that hurt.
Yeah, that's kind of like some Batman shit.
Yeah, it's like, but who hurt? Like,
it doesn't make sense.
Who are you trying to hurt? Like, I don't understand what
I'm
your
trying to hurt
motivations
everybody.
are. Yeah, so it's like, I don't understand who are you trying to hurt? Like,
so how do you feel about the other main character, Ellie? I think.
She's cool. Yeah, she's kind of. I'm kind of don't have a strong as opinion. I thought she was kind of interesting. Her arc of just being, you know, super naive to, you know, just getting battle tested and seeing how the actual world was above.
Yeah, she had to they had to break her out of that. Everybody's nice. We have the golden rule. Nah, nigga, this is the wasteland. This is the apocalypse. Nobody's nice here.
And it makes sense because, like I said, she grew up in the vaults, and we learn what the vaults are and stuff like that. And like, so it's like, okay, it makes sense that she would be weird and naive and not know shit because she's literally been sheltered in a vault her whole time. So it's like, okay, that's more believable with her, you know, just her decision making and stuff. But I thought it was cool. Like, she wasn't like an annoying character. Thought it was a good surrogate character to follow around and get a feel for the vault dwellers.
They had to break her like into that universe. Like, that was us. They had to break us into the universe the same way they broke her.
Yeah, that's it. She's audience surrogate, so I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And of course, the ghoul. The ghoul is obviously the best.
Oh, KTLO kept the lights
obviously
on.
the best character in the show. They put the goddamn makeup budget on this man. And Walter, I love Goggins. Goggins is amazing. Yeah, he's great.
Every scene just, I do this for the. He said, what did he say when they woke the nigga up? He said, I do this for the love of the game.
Yeah, I do it for the love of the game.
Nah. It was like, yo.
Nah, the ghoul is good. It did frustrate me that it was taking a little. I didn't like the pacing of how they were kind of telling his story, though. It was getting a little annoying to be like, so what's his deal? And then it's like they slowly peel back the reveal. It's like, okay, by the end of the show, it definitely comes together. It comes together, and it's really well done. He's definitely the heart of the show. He's really the through line through the show. He's the connection to all the conspiracies and all the answers that we get. And then it has a really relatable motivation. Now you kind of, you know, just
see, that lends to the Titus example because we know he's an anti-hero. He's not necessarily an evil guy.
And we know it's driving the other two characters. Yeah. Shorty wants her dad back, and then she learns the secret, and now she wants to know the answers. Like, now she's like, what else are they lying to me about? Well, who is my dad for real? So we know what her motivations were the whole show, and we know what they are going forward. We know the ghoul's motivations by the end of the show. They aren't clear in the beginning, but by the end, they're very clear. He's like, where the fuck is my family? Like, so it's like, okay, his motivations make sense. They're clear. What did Jonathan Miners doing? What is his motivation?
Even motivation having something to do in the show, because she is on the quest to get her father back. Now, by the end of the show, she's on a quest to go find out more information and dig deeper. Excuse me. The ghoul's quest was to, you know, find his family. Period. That's it. But his other job was being a bounty hunter. That's how he even met them two in the first place.
Yeah, that's how he's getting his information. That's how he's tracking down the people to get his family, apparently.
Now, Titus, he just wants to be in the Brotherhood.
That's all I got.
That's it.
I don't even know why, because they keep going to the flashback of him as a kid, basically the Mandalorian flashback where he gets found by the people, and it's just like, okay, what was the impact of this? Like, what happened after that? What made you, you know, like, I need to see more to understand what the fuck this guy is even doing on my screen. Because I feel like he's just getting the screen time. I know he's there to introduce a brotherhood and the mech suits and stuff, but like, what are you doing, man? I don't know. He's just the least entertaining of the big three for me.
Yeah. So what do you think happened to the Ghoul's family?
Ooh, so I don't know, man. They could be it seems like they're in a vault somewhere. They might be in a vault somewhere. She was trying to get them in one of them good vaults that aren't a science experiment. So apparently there are some non-crazy social experiment vaults. So they might be in a good vault somewhere, or like a special vault for wherever the executives? Is she in Vault 33? We didn't see all the people, and that's where all the management people and shit from the company were.
The good vault.
Yeah. So is she in Vault 33? I don't know. Like I said, it's a very interesting question. That's what I say. I'm down for the ghoul shit. I'm locked into this story. I think they're doing a good job on this.
Plus, they're even by because the first season, right? It's a whole big, expansive world. Literally, like you coming out the vault, niggas ain't been out in the world. We ain't been out in the world with them yet. Big ass, expansive world. It's just like that in the game too. Like you gotta go explore shit.
It's a huge game, yeah.
And let me tell you, that shit is fucking terrifying. Just like this bitch had to run into these fucking monsters and ghouls and niggas. You do that in the game too. And that dog, the ghoul's dog, that's the dog from the game.
Yeah, you
that's
get a
your
helper
companion.
dog. Yeah. In all the games, you get the little dog. He can
And
retrieve
nigga,
shit for you. And
you
stuff.
need that dog. Because if you try to run out that bitch dolo, you getting jumped, you getting ran up on. It's terrifying. You're going to die a lot. So get your companions.
Yeah, it's cool. They showed the little bit of background with the dogs. I guess that was the Enclave place. Is that maybe? I know a little bit about the Fallout world, so it's like, so I guess we'll learn more about that.
That looked like Diamond City.
Yeah, maybe. And was that New Vegas at the end of this?
Yeah, it might be New Vegas. That's what I'm saying. Like by the end of this, we still got a whole nother world.
It's a lot of worlds to peel back. Yeah, it's a lot of lore in those games to build from. So
this shit gonna be lit, bruh.
No,
I love
cool.
Fallout.
Great start. Great first season.
I fuck with it. You got to go play the game. What else is there to talk about Fallout? That's probably it. How many flames out of 100 would you get it?
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it 80.
80 flames out of 100.
I'll give it an 8. It's good.
I'd give it 88 flames out of 100.
Ooh, very, very. He liked that one.
I liked it. Because it's not supposed to work. Like, when shit works like the One Piece live action shit, it's not supposed to work. So you got to rate it higher.
You got to give it a little curve.
So when this shit come out, I'm like, bro, they did the thing. It's dope. Fuck. Like, I feel like they got to do this shit with that other shit, BioShock.
Yeah, they got plenty of. They might start adapting these big, expansive games. I know they're working on like some Ghost of Tsushima stuff and some other things. So
whatever you do, it's going to happen in our lifetime. Please cast Solid Snake right. You gotta do it.
Metal Gear Solid movie, that'd be insane. A series,
You gotta cast it. Everybody will hate you if you do it wrong. That's just like casting Goku wrong. You gotta do it right. If not, they will burn your house down. Kimosabe. Yeah. Moving on. Shit. What else do I have on the list? Oh, Dune.
Oh yeah.
Dune has a prequel series coming out.
Finally got some trailers. Yeah.
Yep, for the Bene Gesserit.
Yeah, but I love Dune. Dune is my shit. So I am on board for this. This is a prequel. I think they said like 1,000 or 10,000 years before the time of Paul Atreides, and it's about the founding of the Bene Gesserit sisterhood. So I'm all for that. I'm watching the shit out of that. You got me day one. Like, nigga, it look good. It look like they got that good Dune budget, and they cooking. Dune 2 is the best movie of the year so far.
Yeah, I like Dune and Dune 2. So when they announced the prequel series, I'm like, oh, well, like I said, it's not supposed to work. So when usually with prequel series, they're not supposed to work, but fucking Better Call Saul.
No, I mean, when you have, that's my shit. But I love the Breaking Bad universe. Yeah. But, when you have expansive world building, like we were just talking about with Fallout, you can do shit like this because there's enough to pull from. Dune books are expansive as shit. They cut a lot of details out of those movies from the first book, and those 2 movies are book 1. That's Dune. That's just the story of Dune 1. We got more books to cover, so it's like there's a ton of other houses. It looks like they're covering other stuff. Like you can do endless spinoffs in the Dune universe if done right. It's just a lot to touch. So yeah, this is cool, and almost like they took a page from Star Wars, which is smart. why don't we just cover different time periods in this expansive, so we're not just telling the same story or tell, like a spinoff of something. We have this expansive lore. Let's hit different parts of the time period to make it interesting. Like what they're doing with the Acolyte, going to the High Republic in Star Wars instead of just the Skywalker shit we've seen over and over and over. So that's cool. I think that is clever to kind of take a page out of the modern Star Wars books and hit different timelines in the Dune history. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm definitely watching the fuck out of that. The Penguin show looks good too. You see the Colin Farrell.
When did they say that's coming out?
I don't know. That should be coming out soon too, though.
This year,
like the same time frame.
Let me look.
So I'm good with that. If they're spinning off of these great movies and they still have the same team and production quality, then I'm for it. But gotta wait and see. But I love a gritty. I love the Batman. I think that was one of the better Batman movies we've ever had, and it's still kind of underrated. I think it still kind of flies under the radar of how good of a like detective gritty Batman movie that was. And even though Dark Knight's always going to be the standard, that's my favorite. But
they not really been too specific about when it's coming.
Maybe they don't know yet. It might not even have a hard release date yet. I just remember seeing the teaser trailer for it not too long ago.
Yeah, they're being douches, but yeah, coming 2024. Thanks a lot, 2024.
Yeah, probably in the fall or
it's 2024
like
right now. Yeah, but I'm definitely trying to watch it, especially for Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I still think they could have just cast a fat dude who was a good actor instead of put 6 hours of makeup on that man. But sure, as long as he's killing it.
Yeah,
you couldn't find like just a fatter, kind of less attractive Italian guy or something, but you had to just put $100,000 worth of makeup on Colin Farrell.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
It's like you got the budget, I guess.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. The fuck we talking about? Yeah.
There's no fat, unattractive actors out here. Nope. Gotta get the sexy movie star and then use CGI and makeup to make him look like a normal schlub.
Well, if you like that television show suggestion, I think you would like another one that I'm watching right now. Besides Blood of Zeus, we already know how that gets down on Netflix. Amazing show. I think it got like 100% of Rotten Tomatoes. Season 2 has dropped. But I'm liking Outer Range on Prime Video.
I've heard that's good.
Got Josh Brolin in it. Imogen Poots from a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's about a time traveler. He fell in a hole. He's like a ranch owner, but he fell in a hole. He travels through time, and it just pops him out at different time periods. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it. Everything else is dope though. Yeah, it's really fucking good. I think everybody should watch it. Outer Range.
Also, Shogun might get a season 3 as well.
Nigga, how?
Yeah, they said season 2 and 3 might be in the works. So I was like, they said this shit went too good. We're just gonna keep going, bro. We're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. Let's Walking Dead this shit,
bruh.
It's Walking Dead this shit. Let's just ride it till the wheels fall off.
I feel two different ways about that. I'm happy that it's going to keep going, but I don't want them to fuck it up. I really don't want them to fuck it up because if season one was pretty much a masterpiece. Yeah, a fucking masterpiece. So you could have wrapped it up right there and just left it alone. They're bringing back another show I recommended, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, they're bringing it back, but not the lead actors. I don't know if did it end. Did they die at the end of it or something?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
I'm cool with them dying because they deserve to die in that.
Yeah, it's like I didn't watch it. It's like did they just like do a suicide mission at the end of it? Like,
you should watch it.
I mean, I like Gambino and shit. Like,
yeah, I fuck with that shit. But yeah, they could have died. I can see them going either way, bringing them back, or just it could be like one of those shows where they bring in another couple.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, is this? I didn't know if it was like they're just parting with the actors because they didn't like the way they did, or is it like a part of the show? Like, is this like a Doctor Who type of thing where it's like that's just they changed Mr. and Mrs. Smith into a different Mr. and Mrs. Smith? You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing about the show because the original Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like Angelina Jolie, those two could just be another Mr. and Mrs.
That's what I'm saying. They're like code names. They're like 007. So it's like they can bring in a different couple and then they'll be the Mr. and Mrs. Smith type shit.
I mean, that's the thing. It is a designation because that's the whole situation at the end. Damn, I'll be fucking spoiling the show. I don't want to spoil the show.
Yeah, let's say you don't got to spoil
But
it.
yeah, it's a destination. So it could just be a different couple. So yeah, and they just play it out and just build a whole universe around it. Because once again, you could build a universe around some shit, and just make it dope. Yeah, they bringing that back, but Shogun getting to season 3 is insane. Like I didn't see that coming, but hey, we got more TV coming. We got more dope TV coming.
Lots of good TV coming.
More dope TV coming. But what else am I watching? I watch a lot of. I'm a television guy. If you don't notice, but I'm watching the Big Door Prize on Apple TV. It's a good show. But main event, one of the best shows dropped this century, millennium. Bo DeMayo, what the hell?
What did he do?
Did you do?
What did that man do?
He might have did Louis C.K.
He might have did some Diddy shit, like the
Even
way
worse.
they're like.
Even worse.
No, I don't want to put that on him. He seems like a good dude, but like I say, I can't defend a nigga till I know what you did.
Hey,
Sorry.
I was about to say, don't put the good
like,
dude on him. You don't know what this nigga did.
It seem, nigga. Like I said, seem. I don't know this nigga, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know
That's
what that
I'm not
did.
publicly defending a nigga until I know what you're accused of. That's all. I just can't.
Xmen 97, fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, cooked.
Amazing. Now, CJ, you are a big Xmen fan. You're an Xmen expert on FIYAsquad. Yes, I said it. He is our Xmen.
Gonna have real
expert.
experts fucking cussing me out. But
No.
I do.
No.
They are my favorite comic book characters, though. Yes.
I'm going to allow you the floor while I roll up. Do your thing. I'm just going to move the mic out the way. Do your thing.
All right. Well, I didn't know I had a solo here, but sure. No, X-Men 97 is one of the best Marvel projects I've ever seen in my entire life. I think it's the best thing that the larger MCU has ever done. And I'm including Avengers Endgame and all that good shit in there. As much as I love those things, I love them. I think Endgame is a cultural event. But if you look back on it as just a film in terms of like the character development and stuff like that, it is not nearly as strong as what they did in 10 episodes of a nostalgia bait cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon, basically. Like it captured the perfect essence of everything that makes X-Men comics special and good, and why they're not just another team of super powered people. They've captured all the political things that make it interesting. They captured all the character beats and relationships between the characters, the soap opera elements and melodrama that are a part of the X-Men, like, Wolverine constantly wanting to bang Scott's wife, and there's all these messy little, Rogue and Magneto and Rogue and Gambit, and there's all these things going on, like totally X-Men. X-Men is always supposed to be horny, and like that's just part of what it is. Like it is. I'm sorry, man. You got to know X-Men, man. Like X-Men, it's always like that. All the people, the X-Men have gone woke. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, dog. You should go read some X-Men comics. It gets weird. So, yeah, they nailed everything. I think they really did a great job focusing on certain characters, specifically Scott, Jean, Jubilee, Roberto to an extent, even though it's not like a main character. Gambit, Rogue, obviously, Storm. Like, the characters that have gotten super dirty in the Fox era. The ones who have just gotten dunked on and left in the... People, like, the whole time, there's discourse on the show that people didn't know Cyclops was cool. He was like, Cyclops is really... He cool in this jump, man. He's fucking... Yes, nigga, that's why he's the leader. That is why Wolverine takes orders from him. What? Man, Cyclops is... He's like that, bro. Cyclops is like that. He's Captain America if he wasn't a fucking narc. He's the fucking leader of the team. Like... That's why, as much as Logan and all them bicker at him, who's giving the orders? You know what I'm saying? Logan's going wherever the fuck Scott tells him to go in the heat of battle, because Scott is the tactician, he is the leader, and Storm is the co-leader. They did that right. They did blue and gold teams. They did just all these Easter eggs for the comic fans, even going to the throwback uniforms. Like, this is fucking City Edition X-Men out here. They out here put on the throwbacks. Cyclops put on the full body condom suit. You know it's real. That's business. Cyclops is standing on business when he got the full body condom on. When you don't see the hair, he ain't got all the pouches. He just there for business. Nah, man. I loved it. Everything about it. People had some issues with the pacing. They were moving fast, but I get it. I don't think they knew they were going to get a season 2. So they were trying to get everything off in season 1. And you could tell. Like, they were trying to get all the big storylines, all the cameos, all the stuff. Like, they wanted to get everything they could possibly do in these 10 episodes. So it did feel a little crammed. The fact that we got Inferno in one episode. Inferno is a big sprawling event. Trial of Magneto, Executioner Song, Life Death. We've gotten so many big. So is for Extinction, Operation Zero Tolerance, all in one season is crazy because those are all big stories. But just a credit to the team because not only was the character beats and everything just superb, on point, the animation and action, the details. This is my dream of having like a legit X-Men anime. This was an X-Men anime. This is what everything I've ever wanted. I just always just wanted, like, I just wish X-Men was an anime where it was just a little bit for more grown up, a little bit more intense in the action. And it was just like not for children on Saturday morning cartoons. They gave us an X-Men anime. They gave us people's Marvel versus Capcom finishing moves in the game. Cyclops hit the hyper optic blast fucking jump. And it, like, come on, dog. Rogue did her drop kick in the Bright Eyes episode. Like, these motherfuckers are real fans. These are people that love and understand the X-Men, that put their whole heart and soul into making this show. So shout out to Bo DeMayo and the crew for writing and accomplishing what they were able to accomplish. Again, I don't know what the fuck Bo DeMayo did, but he has been a great force in the fandom. He's been very active in answering fan questions, participating in the discourse on Twitter and hyping up the show, hyping up the other creators on the show, giving you homework for what storylines are going to be important and things like that. So again, I don't know what that man did to get fired. It seems wilder.
Bo, what did you do?
What the fuck did you do, my man?
Bo, what did you do? That's going to be the biggest question of this whole thing, of Marvel in a fucking nutshell. What the fuck did Bo DeMayo do?
It can't just be OnlyFans. I just can't. Unless I don't know what's going on. I don't subscribe to nobody's OnlyFans. I guess it could be some wild ass shit on there, but like, I don't know, man.
Wild ass shit incarnate.
But is it legal?
Probably not.
He said, I don't know, man. But again,
Probably
I can't defend a nigga
not.
until I know what you did. But I can defend your work on this show though, because it's excellent. The writing in itself, like, excellent. Very cool cameos too. I really enjoyed the smaller cameos. Cloak and Dagger. I was like more excited for that in Daredevil than all the Spider-Man.
I wasn't as excited for Cloak and Dagger's cameo because their show was ass, and I used to watch it.
It was ass. I remember that boring ass show.
Booty cheeks, but
so
yeah,
boring.
yeah.
But they're cool characters, man.
Yeah, like you said, man, it was completely the dope. Like, I've seen it lit Twitter on fire. I've never seen Twitter this like.
Nigga, I was getting spoilers at like 5 a.m, waking up. Like, how the fuck? Like, what?
Yeah, it's best to just watch the show before you go on Twitter or whatever, because you spoiled the shit for me one day. I was like, bro, I didn't even watch the show yet. Fuck.
I'm so used to you being on point with your TV.
I know. I was a half.
I would only do that to you, dog, because I know you be watching.
Because I couldn't avoid it. Because what's the first thing you do when you wake up? Look at your phone, and I saw I was like, oh fuck, something happened. Like the whole, basically the day, like, it was basically, if I could compare motherfucking, y'all can say what y'all want about this. If you was to compare the day Euphoria or Meet the Grams came out to the motherfucking day Genosha.
Yes, it's one of the best episodes of TV.
Like, I'm just talking about Twitter.
Yeah,
like, niggas was going crazy. Like, what is going on?
I had grown men calling me with tears in their eyes, crying like, "It can't be you, a comic expert, telling me my boy's coming back."
Because look at it from this standpoint. That shit was out during our childhood, which means everybody who's like 30 plus is watching that shit. That's us. And think about the niggas who's watching that shit 5 years older than us. Them niggas is 40 something. So you got that big whole gulf. and then you got the 20 years olds. I don't really know if they care about X-Men. I don't know, but that's us. That's a wide enough gulf to cover like a whole motherfucking nation for real of people who just love X-Men, and it's back.
Yeah, it's back. The hype for X-Men is coming back after Fox killed it with their shitty movies. X-Men Dark Phoenix was an abomination.
Yeah.
Slap in the face to every X-Men fan. So it's just good to be reminded, like, oh yeah, these characters and stories are awesome. They're amazing.
Yeah, like imagine if they do the imagine if they apply the same type of care or talent to some more 90s shit that we grew up with, like Spider-Man or Silver Surfer or some other shit.
Spider-Man found MJ. It's confirmed by Bo DeMeo that is Spider-Man and Mary Jane from the same universe as the animated series, which famously left off on the cliffhanger that the crazy cliffhanger for a kids show that most people forgot, apparently, because it was wild as shit the way the Spider-Man show ends. He's with Mary Jane. She was swapped out apparently earlier in like the multiverse. So the Mary Jane he's with fucking melts away and dies. Like she's like a Hydra Man clone.
Oh, when
and
she
shit
evaporates.
Like that. Yeah.
That's when he's like, no,
yeah,
the meme.
And then he has to go, he goes to Madam Web to go find his Mary Jane, and that's how the show ends, where he's off at Madam Web. It's like, I'm going to go find Mary Jane. And we're just like, that's a weird ass way and tragic way to end the show. Like his girlfriend melting in his arms and just like, what the fuck is going on? I thought, what the fuck? So it's almost like Scott and Maddie this season, where it's like, do you understand how fucked up that is? You just had a baby, and then your wife walks in the door like, oh, help me. It's like,
that's some trauma for your ass right there. Like that's some traumatic shit.
Somebody mentioned that too. It's like, you know what? Scott went through a lot of shit this season in 10 episodes, bro. He had a falling out with Xavier, his teacher. He had the whole thing with Maddie. You were with Jean, who turned out to not be Jean. And then she got mad at you for cheating with Maddie. And you had a baby that you had to send to the future. Add to that,
you basically got your job took like Shawty from loving basketball. Because you remember how she was a starting point guard, then Shawty came to the team, like made Magneto the leader.
Snatched his chain.
I'm like, are you fucking... if I was Cyclops, like, hold on.
Well, that's why he was giving Xavier that business at the end of it. He was like, nigga, you gave him the school? Well, I wanted you to have a life and be free like
nigga
bitch.
That tried to kill us all?
Yeah. He's like, bitch, you knew this would bring me back.
Over me?
Yeah, it's like, you didn't just leave me the school, bro. You left it to Magneto.
After whole time, ain't nobody gonna say it. After you, another nigga who been trying to fuck my bitch.
Yeah, that's a comic thing. We can get into that.
Oh yeah, they don't do it on the show, but that's the thing that does happen in the comics. This nigga been trying to fuck Jean too.
Yeah, I don't like the Onslaught storyline, but yeah.
hey, I'm just saying.
So Xavier on his Drake shit. So, but Xavier typically not a good dude in the comics. There's a joke in the X-Men community that like your opinion of Xavier will tell us whether you've only watched the show or you read the comics.
Xavier or Cecil?
or Cecil? Cecil? I like Cecil. At least he's more honest about what he's trying to do.
Xavier or Odin?
Which Odin? Like Marvel Odin?
Marvel Odin. Nigga, not.
I'm thinking it's like I'm thinking like American Gods and other stuff. Like Odin's in a lot of stuff.
I'm like, no, not the nigga from Mythology, not that one. That nigga's a way more fucked up than the Odin from Marvel. But Odin from Marvel is still kind of fucked up. Yeah, they're both.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Xavier, especially lately. Post Krakoa, he's a little bitch in Krakoa, and he kind of is the reason that it all burned down. So, not a big fan of Xavier.
Can they not? Have they ever written a good Xavier before?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on who's writing, but going into, ever since, what's the story called, where the Cyclops' long-lost brother, the Deadly Genesis, ever since everyone found out that Xavier basically let a team of kids die, including Cyclops' brother, and then wiped everyone's memory to be like, what kids? Like then, ever since they found out that, it's like, maybe Xavier's not a good guy. And he dies in Messiah Complex, and he dies in Avengers vs. X-Men again when Cyclops kills him.
I mean, you got to think, a mutant Omega level, he's Omega, right?
No, Xavier is not Omega level.
What?
Popular belief. No. What? Jean Grey is Omega level. There's a list. I can bring up the list. There's an official list. Hence, House and Powers.
Can he stop everybody's mind on the Earth?
Yes, so can Jean.
How is that not Omega?
Because there's a mutant in that classification who's stronger.
Oh, that's some. Everybody can do that shit. That's some. If you're a mental manipulator, you should be able to do that shit. Type shit.
Well, no. Like Jean is the strongest telepath that there is on the planet. Here's the official list.
Bro, she was
Omega
a
level
phoenix.
mutant list. Here's the list. There's only like 12 of them in all of the comics because Omega level, they even say it. I'll read the whole data page from House and Powers of 10 because I love that they did these data pages. This Omega level mutant is a mutant whose dominant power is deemed to register or reach an undefinable upper limit of that power's specific classification. For example, both Magneto and Forge are the most powerful mutants at their respective types, magnetism and technopathy, respectively. But what makes Magneto and not Forge Omega level is that the upper limit of Forge's power is measurable and hypothetically can be surpassed by multiple humans on the planet, like Tony Stark and Reed Richards and stuff like that. Whereas Magneto cannot. His power can't be surpassed or measured in any way. Like there's just like he has unlimited magnetism powers. There's nobody stronger, and there's no way to define the limit of his power.
So what is his biggest feat?
Magneto?
Yeah.
I mean, partially we saw it in the Xmen anime. He could send the world back into the Dark Ages, and he can do pretty much anything that is related to electromagnetism, like
So
pump his own fucking body for
planetary.
hours without a heart and things like that. That was one of the most badass things.
So he's planetary, not like universe level type.
Yeah, so here's your Omega level mutants. We have Jamie Braddock, aka Monarch, who can manipulate reality, period. There's no limits. He could just do whatever the fuck he wants. That is Betsy Braddock, Psylocke's brother. Psylocke's complicated. She was an Asian woman trapped in a white woman's body. It's very weird. But then we have Bobby Drake, Iceman, temperature manipulation. He can go to untold levels of cold. He can always negative temperature manipulation. Then we have Josh Foley, Elixir, one of the 5. He biokinesis. Elixir can do anything with his body, kind of thing. He's Elixir biokinesis. The easiest way I can explain it, he's the one who helps make the eggs viable when they resurrect people and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Elixir. Then we have Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, telepathy, not telekinesis. So she's not an Omega level telekinetic. She's an Omega level telepath. But she's also a super, super powerful telekinetic as well. Mm-hmm. So people mix that up as well. Then we got David Haller, Legion. We know about Legion, power manipulation. He can make powers of his personalities. Yeah,
just anything.
Every one of his split personalities has a different power.
So basically, all the niggas who could do anything.
Yep. Then we got Magneto. Then we have Kevin McTaggart, aka Proteus, another member of the 5 we saw in the original X-Men series. In the episode, he freaked out Wolverine, which is always super funny to me. That he gave that man PTSD because, like, yeah, I'll fuck you up. It's like, he's on nigga. That is Wolverine. You're out of your nigga. He can warp reality. You got metal claws, man. You lost, bro. He could warp your whole fucking sense of space. But yeah, so that's Proteus, but he has no body. That's his whole thing. He's just like a walking energy blob, but he can manipulate reality. We're getting to the Mr. M, someone we haven't seen in the Krakoa era.
I've never even heard of him before.
Absalon Mercator. He can do whatever. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, basically. He can control. He's another reality manipulator. They have him as matter manipulation, so he can manipulate any type of matter around him. Then we have Aurora Monroe. We know her. That is Storm.
Big Storm.
Weather manipulator. No, they really demonstrated in the Krakoa era how powerful Storm is. That she is unfuckwittable, pretty much. Like, she has so much control. She can use the pressure and the moisture in the air to just explode your head from the inside. There are things that Storm can do that we don't even think about. Storm's amazing. Then we have Exodus, somebody who made an appearance at the end of this as a cameo. Exodus is the Omega level telekinetic. So he has no upper limit to his telekinesis. Exodus is powerful as fuck. Interesting that they had him on the board. We'll talk about that, I guess, later towards the end of the... And then the last few, we've got Quentin Quire, Kid Omega, Omega level telepath. He can, but his telepathy is a little different. He's very cool, as people know. He can make basically Green Lantern-esque weapons out of his mind structure. So he'll make like guns and shit. But Quentin's very powerful, even though he gets sunned a lot. Franklin Richards, that's an asterisk behind that because it's been retconned that maybe he's not a mutant and maybe he is a mutant. whatever. Franklin Richards, we know what's up with Franklin Richards. He is a Omega level reality warper. He can make pocket universes in his fucking bedroom. He is crazy powerful, but he was losing his powers at some point, and I didn't keep up with the Fantastic Four comics.
How is he an X-Men character?
He's not an X-Men character, but he's a mutant. Like Franklin Richards is a mutant. That's where he gets his powers. He was born with his powers.
Okay. All right.
That's a mutant in the Marvel universe. They're born with their powers, and they happen naturally.
So you could make a mutant then.
Yeah, anybody can be a mutant. Like I said, it's just the mutant gene. The last two, we have Gabriel Summers, Vulcan, Cyclops' long-lost brother, energy manipulation. Can make all sorts. He's kind of like a fire kind of energy, but he just has unlimited amounts of energy. Then the last one, probably the most powerful, Hope Summers, the mutant messiah herself. Omega level power manipulation. She can copy the powers of anyone in her vicinity, and she can also amplify those powers. So she can make you stronger if you're a mutant that's near her. She can overcharge your abilities, almost like Fabian Cortez, without the downside, without like being addicted to his powers. Like Hope can just juice your powers, and also she can use anyone's powers that's even vaguely anywhere nearby. So if she's next to the X-Men team, she can combine all those powers at the same time and whip your ass. And yeah, that's your list. That's all the list. Those are the only Omega level mutants confirmed by Jonathan Hickman in House of X.
So let me ask you this. Theoretically, which Avengers member would be considered Omega level?
Probably the Scarlet Witch, even though she used to kind of be a mutant. So I guess it's kind of...
yeah.
It's been retconned that she's not a mutant and whatever. But
whatever they want to make her.
I would say probably that, or maybe... I don't even know about Thor and Captain Marvel. Maybe Captain Marvel, if she goes binary, would be that, because Rogue has her powers, and Rogue is not considered Omega level, so...
Well, don't she have like a fraction of
I don't think she has the full, because she doesn't have the binary and the energy powers. She just has the strength and the flight. Mm-hmm. But still, that's still Captain Marvel's level of strength and flight. She just doesn't have the energy powers. So, so I don't even know. Yeah, it's not that many. The Avengers are not traditionally that strong of a team.
Yeah, they're not that strong. So if they ran,
they have Captain America and Iron Man are the main two dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and Hawkeye.
And back then, Iron Man wasn't that good. Remember, this is the 90s. I love that they put him in the 90s armor, because like,
I was like, what
Iron Man ain't
fuck?
shit. Like, he don't got the fancy extremes and all this shit. He just got a suit.
Like, what are we doing?
I forgot, this is 1997. Iron Man.
And the fact of the matter is, I hate that suit, because you don't know if he's like naked or he has armor on.
He got Windows 97 in that bitch.
I'm like, bro, why that suit, bro? Can y'all put him in his extremist suit, please, or something?
That was the 2000s, sir. We're not there yet. He got that dial-up internet in that bitch.
Jesus, that ass suit, boy. Fuck going on? Dial-up ass suit.
Also love that they're showcasing that the Avengers ain't shit. All X-Men fans know that the Avengers ain't shit. Because every time the X-Men get genocided,
they're the X-Men.
The Avengers are never there. They're never there to help. We got red tape. The president won't let us help you stop getting genocided. And then when the world's ending, it's like, please, X-Men, help us save. Where are you?
Bruh, even the live action Avengers weren't even on the tip top. Them niggas was all over the place. Emotional wrecks.
This nigga's got Hawkeye in that jump, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Bruh. They put in these niggas was so goddamn emo. That was the most emo fucking start of the movie, The Avengers Endgame. The first hour was straight emo. These niggas was crying the whole time, man. Thor got fat. That's how emo he was.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Like, these niggas was so emo, bro. These niggas be fucked up.
I get it in that movie. I mean, half the world's population was decimated. So I mean,
well, shit. Even in Civil War, these niggas was fucked up, bro. These niggas, they wasn't even fucking with each other by Endgame. They was like, y'all broke up, nigga. Y'all not the Beatles. What are you talking about?
I don't know. People are saying it's revisionist history to say that the Avengers weren't a cool team before the MCU, but I'm gonna push back on that. The Avengers were not a fucking cool team until Brian Michael Bendis made the new Avengers and had the brilliant idea to like, hey, why don't we put popular people on the Avengers? Why are the Avengers fucking Tigra and motherfucking Wonder Man and all this? Like, remember the Avengers cartoon in the 90s? Most people don't, because it sucked. But it's just like, that was the lineup and shit like that. And it's just like, you know, Bendis came along in the 2000s like, why don't we put Spider-Man and like Wolverine on the Avengers? Like all the characters people give a fuck about. Mm-hmm. And then that's when the Avengers became popular, in the era of the New Avengers and the Secret Avengers and the Mighty Avengers and shit like that, when shit was happening around Civil War. That's when the Avengers became like mainstream cool. So get the fuck out of here that back in the 90s, motherfuckers were big Avengers fans. You were not. Nobody fucking liked the goddamn Avengers.
No.
They had the worst cartoon. They had nothing going for them. They had a video game that was decent. That shit was all right. I like the little arcade jump, but outside of that, wasn't nobody checking for the goddamn Avengers. Stop the fucking cap.
For real. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
It was all about Xmen and Spider-Man in the 90s. The fuck out of here, bro. Fantastic Four had a little something going on, but like...
Silver Surfer had a little show.
Yeah, they had a little
I never
shows.
watched the Silver Surfer, but it apparently had a show.
Yeah, but it's like, don't cap like everybody's been Avenger stands for all the time. Like, that is a fairly new phenomenon. And still, the Avengers are traditionally a fucking lame team of cops that live in a fucking mansion that just... Fuck them.
He said a lame team of cops.
They're feds, bro.
So,
feds.
let's talk about the ending. Ending explained. Let's do an ending explain video right now to where they ended up this season, and where do you think everybody's going next season?
Well, it's clearly apocalypse stuff. We're doing Rise of Apocalypse, and then we're doing Mother Ascani shit, which is also apocalypse shit in the future. So we're doing apocalypse stuff in the past with half the team. We're doing apocalypse stuff in the present with the post-credit scene that was at the end. And then we're doing apocalypse stuff in the future with Mother Ascani and Raising Cable or Nate or Nathan or whatever version of this we're doing. And you know, Mother Ascani is also Scott and Jean's child from an alternate future. So that's Rachel Summers. So I don't know what the fuck is going on or who took them, because Immortus was in the original show too. Because this there could be some Kang shenanigans happening.
Yeah.
So, and we might see some Rama Tut stuff because we're back in Egypt, and who the fuck knows, man? I honestly don't know where they're going. I know Rise of Apocalypse was a comic from the 90s that kind of went over his past and stuff. But a lot of Apocalypse's history has been recently retconned. So I don't know if they're going to mix and match some of the newer stuff with the old classic stuff. Because Apocalypse has never really had a proper origin until like Krakoa really dove into his actual motivations for shit and why he was doing all of this bullshit, being a villain in the first place. So I hope we get into a little bit of the newer stuff, like his wife and kids and him, you know, his original Horsemen and stuff like that. But I don't know. It definitely is all centered around Apocalypse, though.
I did not know Apocalypse had hair. I thought like he was like in wearing armor or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And
before
so,
he had all the enhancements from the
I didn't
Celestials
know-
and stuff.
I didn't know he did that to himself. I thought he was just like,
Yeah, he got upgraded with Celestial tech, but his actual powers, as he explained in the Krakoa era, finally is that.
it's funny how he originally just looks like that though.
Yeah,
Like,
because
that's
I
crazy.
never knew what his powers were back in the day. I was like, he just gets big and shit, right? Because he just be getting giant.
He's a anything type motherfucker. Like he does a bunch of shit anyway.
Yeah, his power is he can manifest whatever power he needs. He can change his genes to create powers and to do different things, to augment his body, do all that stuff. And on top of the celestial upgrades and tech that he's gotten and stuff. So Apocalypse is interesting. I would like to see a new team while they retrieve the old team. Like I would like to see like Forge had his board there. He had names
board.
available, names who weren't available. The names who are available are very, very interesting. Dust, Colossus, Emma, Shadowcat for the first time getting a mention in this show. We've seen other New Mutants members and stuff like that. I think Magic was on the board. So like, can we get a Generation X kind of thing? Can we get Emma? I love Emma Frost. Everybody knows I'm a big Emma Frost fan since Grant Morrison's run. I would love to see Emma. We got to see her diamond form, secondary mutation. It'd be great to have her on the team. We're missing a telepath now. We could use a Jean replacement so we find Jean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would love to see.
So this might be like 3 storylines next season.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing 3 different time periods. Like I don't know how long they're going to commit to it because things have been moving so fast, but it's going to be interesting. Yeah, they got 3 different time periods. X-Men split up. I'm really more curious in the present day, and it looks like possibly Apocalypse is going to Genosha to recruit some dead horsemen. Is that what we're doing? Because I know we are. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't read a comic book, but Gambit does come back as Death. So everybody knows that was coming. Once he picks up Gambit's playing card and is literally with a heavy-handed, so much death. So, okay, I get it. You're a little heavy-handed with that one, but Gambit's coming back as Death. But will he resurrect other mutants who died on Genosha, like Banshee, Marrow? You know, could he use some of the other people and use them as horsemen?
Yeah.
Also, what the fuck was Exodus doing on Genosha? We seen his ass dancing. This man's Omega level. I ain't seen him do shit during that battle, and he apparently survived. Did he dance his ass off the island? I need to know what the fuck Exodus was doing. Because he's probably the only other nigga other than Magneto that could have did some shit.
So what, in your opinion, besides, Genosha getting fucked, what are some of your favorite moments of this season?
Favorite moments? Trial of Magneto, for sure.
For sure.
Like, they cooked just his dialogue through the whole thing. Just chef's kiss. Life Death Part 2 was another highlight for me. I really love Storm. I love Storm's journey, her journey of self-discovery, journey of being comfortable, being the goddess, rediscovering her powers. I thought it was just very cool that the allegories where she's talking about, they really wrapped it up with Forge talking about the lie, the little dangerous lie that white people is really the white man, he's Native American. It was talking about that, where they didn't really get into it, but it's like they sold us a lie to make us believe we were lesser, to make us believe. So I think just thematically having Storm just do life death, it was beautiful. I think they really nailed that. Then beyond that, Bright Eyes was another highlight for me. Having Rogue go buck wild and drop Trask off a building was awesome, and just to see the revenge trail that Rogue was on. And then the whole finale, like I said, the whole damn series is a highlight for real. It's really even the Jubilee episode, which most people consider as the weakest.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I really liked the Jubilee episode, and it paid off.
Yeah,
the Jubilee
what she
really turned
do.
up at the end.
Yeah. Because she did some stuff at the end. She put Bastion down. For real.
Like, Jubilee doesn't shoot fireworks, much like most people believe. Like,
she's Bakugo.
She can, detonate things at a subatomic level. And it's like, she exploded Bastion's face from the inside. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. She threw a destructo disc, basically, and cut his wings off. Yeah, so, like, I love Jubilee coming into her own and discovering that she's not just the kid sidekick, but she's actually very, very powerful. She could be Bakugo. Or some, maybe not quite as strong, but something like that.
She could be better. She could be better than Bakugo. Hey, speaking of Bakugo and My Hero, Star and Stripes, get the fuck out of here. I'll move on.
Yeah, we gotta study the fall off of My Hero Academia one day.
Get Star and Stripes the fuck out of here. That goofy ass quirk. It's plot. Her quirk is plot. But anyways, go ahead.
No, toss that whole manga out, bro. Like, I loved it too. Like, it was so good until it just stopped being good, and it just has not been good for like 2 years to me. But again, that shows like how, and it was somewhat inspired by Xmen too. So, My Hero, maybe they should take a page out of Xmen 97's book and really, really focus. Well, it's over now. I mean, it's not over. It's the never-ending story of My Hero Academia. But yeah, it's really about the character beats and the focus, man. I think the issue of My Hero is they're dragging shit out. It's just been dragged out, bro. It's just getting. When I saw a panel on My Hero Academia talking about the final battle begins, that was like 4 years ago. We're still doing it. Like, don't tell me it's the final battle and you can't wrap up the story, and it's just going. It's dragging. This is the definition of the story is dragging. Like, hey, why don't you wrap it up? I've had enough of this. Like, nope. You want some development for Spinner? No, it's too late for that. Like, no, it's too late. You should have did that earlier in the story. I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care anymore.
Give a fuck about Spinner.
You can't retroactively make me care about these people now. You didn't do the work when you needed to do it. You should just focus on the people I'm invested in instead of trying to fill out all these stories. You telling me All Might's not dead yet? Hasn't this man been dying and coughing up blood since the beginning of this fucking series?
I thought he should have got smoked by now, but he hasn't.
They keep saying like, oh, he survived again. They built him a suit of armor or something. Doing like, what the fuck is even happening, bro? Like,
there's no stakes here.
All for One is back again. Like, I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Absolutely no stakes here.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to Xmen, man. One of the best moments is Nightcrawler basically being back and
yeah, it's one of my favorite members.
He
of the
is
team.
My favorite X-Men.
Grace, he's the best. He's the fucking best. He's a national treasure.
Being inside of one of his warps, like
so goddamn scared when he was fucking fighting Bastion, because he dies in the comic against Bastion in X-Men. I think it's Second Coming. But when Bastion gets that gnarly ass robot form, he fucking ends up killing Nightcrawler, and that's a big part of the story. So I was like, be careful bamfing around my dude. This dude is a bodied your ass in the comics. I can't take it if my boy. I can't lose Gambit and Nightcrawler in the same season. No, I can't handle that.
I can't lose Nightcrawler, man. But
I also thought it was super funny. Somebody had a tweet where it's like, this nigga was praying over Magneto. He must have scared the shit out of him when he woke up. Nightcrawler, Magneto lives. Nigga's like, oh shit. But nah, man. Nightcrawler's the best. He's the heart and soul of the team. Their moral compass. He really is like Wolverine's best friend in the comics. The role they kind of gave to Morph, where they're like best buddies and shit like that. So another reason I really love them getting to have that scene together, Wolverine and Nightcrawler basically defending the school by themselves, is awesome. It was kind of like a callback to them being best friends in the comic. And in House of Powers of 10, they have a moment that is just awesome. One of the best moments they've ever had, where they're both about to die basically, and Wolverine's like, hey, do you really think there's a heaven, man? Where do you think we're going after this? And Nightcrawler basically is like, man, wherever you're going, I'll be there waiting for you, dog, because you're my G. I don't give a fuck. Wherever you wake up, I'll be there smiling, waiting for you, bro. And then they go do the thing. But it's like, moments like that is what makes X-Men, bro. Like, It's a relationship between the characters, man. The most gruff murderous nigga is best friends with the Catholic, I wouldn't have hurt a fly guy. And, you know, they find a way to bond over their shared experiences, you know?
yeah, I really fuck with X-Men, but it's a goddamn soap opera.
Yeah, we can talk about the morph drama in the room, because that's making ripples around the community. There's a lot of talk about the morph stuff.
Okay.
There is a scene where Morph, at the end of this episode, because Wolverine doesn't do shit this whole episode, because he got his whole muffin cap peeled back blue by Magneto, got his whole shit rocked and adamantium ripped out. So he's just healing up the whole episode. I do love the scene with Cyclops, because it does show that, like, look, bro, there is a music. I know my girl fucks with you, and you'll break her heart if she dies, so don't die, nigga. I don't like you, but, like...
the weirdest fucking thing you could ever say to a nigga ever in your life. But go ahead.
No, because this is Lee's to Krakoa, man. They're going to be in a throuple one day.
Disgusting.
It's all good. They're all going to live in the same house and be going on family vacations together, so it's all good.
Crazy.
It's canon. Sorry, you can't deny it. It's canon. Thank Hickman.
I don't care.
But
I don't care about canon.
They're going to be G in that jump on the moon.
Jesus Christ.
That's what happens. It's canon. It's canon. Gene's getting DP'd on the moon.
You have to give me a title for this episode, by the way.
We'll find one. Yeah,
I know you got one in there.
But okay, so the morph scene. Outside of that, so Morph turns into Jean. First, he says, "I can't." He says something along the lines of like, "I can't say it, but she'll say it for me," or something like that. He morphs into Jean and says, "Logan, I love you." To you know, and I saw a lot of people in some weird ass denial about the scene. Some people just like, he was just doing that for his buddy and telling him he loved him in the form of the woman he loved to just try to get his homeboy to come through. It's like, bro, nah, man. Morph is on something. I don't know if you missed episode 3. Like, episode 3 is when the alarm bells of freaky ass nigga, he is 69 God was going off in my head. When they're in the Inferno episode and Morph and Logan's like, yeah, let's hit the showers. And then everybody leaves. And then he sees what he thinks is Logan in the shower. And then he proceeds to go into the shower like, hey, you got any spots you need help with type? If that wasn't the gayest shit you ever seen, then I don't know why this Morph scene is surprising.
But Wolverine has he ever gave him any playback though?
No, because this is a new thing for this series. Like, Morph is not a prominent member of X-Men comics. And also, like, Wolverine... But it tracks. Like, I keep telling people, if you've watched the original series,
I get it. Wolverine
is distraught when Morph is left behind on the mission. You know who else is left behind on that mission? Beast. He's just like, well, Beast is gone. He punched Cyclops in the gut and fucking cut his car open because he dared to leave Morph behind. How could you leave Morph? Morph, he's sitting on a fucking mountain in the rain like, I'll avenge you, Morph, if it's the last thing I do. Beast was also left behind, my nigga. You didn't have any of that energy towards Beast, but Morph fucking haunted that man Wolverine the whole season. He hated Cyclops for the rest of them 5 seasons off that one episode. So it's like, there's definitely a special bond between Wolverine and Morph. Also, another suspect ass fucking moment when Wolverine is, when he's all moping after Jean has the baby and Morph is trying to cheer him up. He turns into Sabretooth to playfully play fight with this man. It was something, there were some undertones to that scene where it's like, well, this is a little weird, man. You want to turn into Sabretooth and wrestle with this nigga to cheer him up? Like, I mean, like, y'all don't want to just...
Hey, man, that nigga, he was pissed she had that baby. I'm like, bruh, that's her nigga, bro. You can't be mad. What you mad for? That's not your girl.
And he said that when she kissed him, he was like, nah, go back to your man, bro. I know you ain't about this. You ain't really on this. Logan, man, this is why... People hate me. Hey, that's why I like the Krakoa elements. We didn't have simp Logan. Logan didn't have to be a simp in Krakoa because he could just proudly beat the cheeks of Jean Grey and nobody would even say anything weird. Cyclops is just like, cool, whatever, man. I got Emma over here. You know what I'm saying? Jean's still wifey. She still live in the house. I don't care what she's doing with you. I'm doing whatever. We're all polyamorous. It's Krakoa.
That's crazy.
It's canon.
It's canon. That's the title.
It's canon.
Why you say it like that? He said it's canon.
Because niggas are in disbelief, man. Motherfuckers in denial. I watched so many posts be in denial about the Morph thing until Bo DeMayo had to confirm it and be like, yes, that was Morph confessing their feelings for Logan. That didn't mean Logan was confessing his feelings for Morph. It's a one-sided thing. He also said he did that because, remember, it's also 1997. It is a lot harder to come out, especially, in 1997. So Morph probably doesn't feel comfortable even saying shit like that because Logan's and all of them are looking weird. So, yeah, but that is the Morph angle that has the internet up in arms right now. People in denial that Wolverine could be a little sus, but again, I think it's more of a Morph pining for Wolverine and maybe Wolverine not noticing it. It's just my buddy. We just tight. And Morph is just like, I kind of want to fuck. And they got to deal with that.
While you were saying that, I was just thinking in my brain, how am I going to tell my cousin without saying the word pause? Like, bro, I need 4 long black cords for my mics.
Reword it. Yeah. It's the 4 long black. That's right there. It's just like, yeah, that's a wild way to start.
I need cords, bro.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing else. 4 cords for mics.
Quarter inch, man. You got to be specific.
Quarter inch. I need quarter inch. Pause. Anyway.
Oh, no.
It's canon. It's canon. It's canon. Oh, man. All right, man. Look.
People don't look. I needed people to understand the level that it is, because people, Logan would never be in there is a panel of Logan and Cyclops in bathrobes walking out of their Jean Grey's bedroom together in the same house they're living in, talking about how they've both. Yeah, nah, bro. Logan's at least doing some shit. That's, y'all got to get over it. Hey, man, it's canon.
It's canon. Hey, man, but the next time you'll see the Xmen is in a couple months in the new Deadpool movie.
Yeah, we'll probably get some cameos. I'm a little worried about the Deadpool movie, but I'll go in with some cautious optimism and hope they do just have fun with it. Have fun, do some stuff, but I don't know, man. They have not done a good job with live action X-Men stuff traditionally, so I'm very, very worried about how they handle it, but we'll see what revelations we get, what connections we get to.
Yeah, I think they're going to connect some stuff. They're definitely going to connect some stuff.
I think it's more going to be closure for that Fox era. They're going to try to just really close that out so they can start over fresh with a new era.
Yeah, and I think they're going to close the Fox era and start the new era in the same movie.
I hope.
Give us a
tease of whatever the new look, because I don't think they've cast anything, so maybe they'll just give us something. I don't know. For
real. I said it then, I'll say it again. This is my hot take. If I was Marvel, I would make a live action X-Men Krakoa, a live action X-Men TV show, big budget, with all the things that happen, all the action, all the soap opera-ness, all the whatever stuff. It gotta be rated R.
Yeah, no,
that's gotta be rated R.
I'll take it a step further. You can have several miniseries, and not have to be a main series. It could be a main series, but
it could be a main hub
because
series.
The way Krakoa functioned, it was so many different parts of it. You could do an X Factor series about just the investigation type shit. You can do an Excalibur series just about the magic side. That was all that shit was about. You can do an X Force fucking series. It's just brutal murder.
It could be espionage. Bigger, how they branch off Star Wars shit.
Exactly. There's so many possibilities.
You could branch off this motherfucker. There's so many teams. There's so many factions.
Just like how they do the books and their solo books. You can do a Wolverine show. You can do a Storm show.
You could build out you could rebuild the Marvel universe through the X-Men because they all connect to the Marvel universe. Like the
Black Panther and Storm.
Yeah, Black Panther and Storm.
And Captain Marvel.
I didn't even know Charles Xavier Shawty he was fucking with had connections to, Ronan the Accuser.
He's a Shi'ar. Yeah, he's fucking the Shi'ar bird queen.
Didn't even know that.
He's getting that bird pussy out there in space.
That's the title. So, no, I ain't gonna make that the title. But yeah, man, like you could rebuild the whole Marvel universe through the Xmen. Just make that your cash cow. Just pump that out there.
Instead of Avengers, your centerpiece should be the Xmen. Boom.
It's
Problem
way
solved.
way better. It's way better.
We ran the Avengers shit into the ground. I'm not even excited for Secret Wars or Avengers 7, 8, 9, 13 that come out in the year 2045 or whatever. Like I'm over the Avengers shit. Secret Wars is a great event. They just didn't lay enough groundwork for it to be anywhere as good as the comics. It's just random. They want to do Secret Wars, but like Secret Wars is only good because it came after Hickman's awesome ass Fantastic Four run. And it built upon everything. Doctor Doom's a villain because it built upon his arc and everything that was happening in the Fantastic Four book. So it's like, if you don't build up Secret Wars, it's just going to be stupid.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's been properly built up to like Infinity War was.
For real, this Deadpool movie might have too much shit going on. Now that
I'm worried about it, man.
It might got too much.
It's got too much weight on its shoulders. Too,
yeah,
to do
it's too much of a linchpin.
It's got to be the savior of this. It's the only movie coming out this year. It's got to be good. It's got to do this. It's got to reintroduce
pretty
X-Men.
much is going to show where we're going.
Yeah, it's like it's too much. I don't know. It's a lot on it, man.
This is the reset button. This is our motherfucking what's that shit they did with DC with the new 42 type shit.
Yeah, new 52.
Yeah, the new 52. This is the new 52 right here. So
DC does it like every 5 to 10 years.
I don't know nothing about
New
their
Frontier.
continuity.
They fucking DC now. Like it was Marvel now. I think that was it.
Have you watched Crisis on Infinite Earths?
I did not watch it yet. No, I was gonna wait till all 3 of them. Did the third one come out? Or?
I think it did.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till all of them came out and then just watch them together.
I could watch that as a tandem too.
DC animation's cool, but I haven't really liked their newer animation stuff with this new style that they have, like post what was it, Apocalypse War. Haven't really loved their movies, but I'll give it a shot. Crisis, at least they're gonna do it properly. It seems like if you're gonna split it in that much, at least they'll give you the full Crisis. So I'm always down for a good Crisis on Infinite Earths. We have done that a few times though. I'm kind of waiting for them to do some different shit for DC. We've seen Crisis in the Flash universe. We've seen Crisis. We've seen different versions of Crisis, but I guess this is the most comic accurate. I haven't watched any of them yet, so I don't know how good they're adapting it or how entertaining it is. But I did plan to watch it after all 3 came out. I just didn't want to wait after like a part 1 and then a part 2 because I've read the whole fucking comic. I know how it ends. I don't want to wait. But it is one of the greatest DC comic stories, so gotta try to do it justice. Same way they did like Dark Knight Returns and stuff like. So I do hope that DC animation gets back to its glory days. Because even all the discourse about Saturday morning cartoons, still the greatest Saturday morning cartoon that's not X-Men or Batman was Justice League. Justice League Unlimited were groundbreaking, just way before their time. They're so good. If you go back and rewatch them, so fucking good.
I have.
Yeah, they stand up to the test of time.
Unlimited. Me personally, I do Unlimited, not just regular Justice.
Yeah, both of them. They're just the same sequel. I count both of them. Unlimited's awesome. I love Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, but the only problem issue I have with Unlimited is too many one-off episodes with random niggas.
It's focusing on the larger Justice League.
And it's too many niggas.
Yeah, it's like 64 people in that Justice League. So
like if the Avengers had everybody active duty at the same time, it would be insane.
I liked it though because we already had 50 episodes to focus on the core group. Of the original Justice League show was just about the core 7, and we had 50 episodes. It was a long series to really nail down and focus on their shit. So I didn't mind when Unlimited would come back and give us a one-off about Mr. Terrific or Captain Atom, Supergirl had an episode, stuff like that. See the members. Green Arrow was a big part of Unlimited. He was like the point of view character for Green Arrow. He had a great few episodes and arcs and stuff like that. Even Vigilante and Shining Knight and all these fucking like D-list niggas were getting some shine in that show. So
let me ask you a question. How many Omega level mutants would it take to protect the whole planet?
From what? What are we protecting it from?
Like to be straight from like, let's say the upper echelon of like the Marvel universe.
Like I said, we've seen what those 12 niggas on that list, we've seen what they're capable of. Like even Storm and Magneto, they can.
So would that 12 be good against Thanos? Just straight up.
Oh, they'd stomp the shit out of Thanos. The 12 of them together, like nigga, probably like Magneto and Storm will jump Thanos, bro. Like no gauntlet, yeah, he can fold it.
So like a super. I'm trying to think of like the biggest galactic threat. Would Earth be straight with just these Omega levels right here?
Yeah, because like I said, because Magneto beat Uranus, who is canonically stronger than Thanos, even though he did get his murdered by him first. But you know, one for one, he got his lick back. But at the same time, so if Magneto could,
would they be straight against Ego, the living planet?
I think they would, because we have planetary level destructive niggas like Exodus and Magneto and Storm.
Okay, let's ramp it up. Tiamat.
The Celestial. Well, we saw them fight a Celestial. There's an event in the Krakoa era called Avengers versus Xmen versus Eternals, Acts or whatever. And they had to fight a Celestial, so we know that it's possible. Celestials are very powerful, though. It might take all of them, but if you can warp reality, go send that nigga somewhere else. Go, motherfuckers can warp existence and make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got time manipulators. We got a lot of shit going on, man.
Okay, what about the one above all?
Nah, well, Storm in the latest, in her solo book or whatever, or well, I think it was the Death of Magneto book, they do hint that she is up there in the pantheon. She sees like eternity and all them other like God level things, and but I don't know if they're folding the one above all is just God.
Yeah, pretty much. The author.
That is just like God. So I don't know if they're folding God itself.
No, but everybody else cool. So they're pretty like yeah, that's a good coverage right there. That's good coverage.
Because like I said, Magneto and Storm beat the Shadow King, which is like an unlimited evil entity older than time and things like that. We've seen like even in X-Men 97, even in the 90s, Magneto could conceivably end the planet. Like that's what happens that's what happens at the end of the show.
Yeah,
it's like the Magneto protocol. So like he sent the world because they didn't elaborate fully
turned off the electricity on the whole planet.
Yeah, like which would end the planet. The planet's whole fucking magnetic pulse will collapse on itself, and then the atmosphere will collapse, and then like that's why Storm's like, even if we don't do anything, like the world will end, even if it's not just going to be a power outage, nigga. Like the planet will cease to be able to be a planet, and Storm could do the same thing with the weather and stuff like that. Because they showed that in Giant Size X-Men, or not Giant Size, forgive me, Planet Size X-Men on the Hellfire Gala when they terraformed fucking Mars and scared the shit out of all the humans. Where it's just like, if they can do that, what else can they do? Like, they just claimed Mars. It's college like, y'all weren't using it. Wasn't nobody on this bitch. It was a dead planet. So we used our amazing powers to give it an ocean, an ecosystem, breathable air. We built cities. We built all like... Yeah, because we have 12 Omega level. That's what Planet Size X-Men was about. What can we do if we bring together the Omegas, and what could they accomplish? And they terraformed a dead planet, that's pretty fucking impressive, if I say so myself.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Yeah. So, I think that's everything.
Yeah, man. Great time to be an X-Men fan, yeah.
Great season finale. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on a new episode of Channel Orange. I was your host, LK the God, the DD the Mogul. I've been here with Puffco Poppy. Make sure you subscribe everywhere and tell someone you love them. Gang.